Hey everybody, Bill in Virginia. Welcome back. Well, you can see in front of me, I have 18 pine trees that are ready for the spray painting. I'm gonna let them sit for just a little bit longer and let the super glue dry. Been out here in about an hour and a half worth of time to peel the furnace filter material and trim and glue on. So next step will be paint, and then I can put the ground cover on it and then give it the haircut, and then the static grass, then I can plant. So I will get these all worked up, and then the next clip will show me getting some of these planted, and we'll get some more scenery done. So just a quick video snippet here. I've got the trees painted. I use two colors of paint, and then I kind of vary the amounts just to kind of get different tones. So each tree has a combination of two colors. So for these, I've been using this, a Rust-Oleum flat enamel, that's brown. And then the Ultra Cover Paint and Primer, which is a satin, which is a dark walnut. You know, the vast majority of these are going to be covered when I get the ground cover on it, but this kind of gives you the appearance and color of branches. So what doesn't get covered looks pretty good. So I'm going to take care of the rest, and then the next you see of these, they will be layout ready, and probably some of them already in place. 18 more trees layout ready. Just got done putting the static grass on them, so I can get them put into place here. So a before shot, no different than the end of the last video. So I'm going to start putting some trees in. I won't go too crazy because I need to be able to get in and underneath. So I'll go a little layer here, a little bit going this way, then I can do underneath, and then I can add more. So let's see what I can get done here. So a couple of minutes later, and I have half of the trees in. So I've got 9 trees that I've added in this area. Now what I'm gonna do is I will come back in and finish ground cover in and around them before I put the other 9 on, which will be mostly up on this little flat spot. You'll notice I did model a kind of dead tree, or a tree that is dying. Top is gone, faded brown on the pine needles. I am gonna probably take this off and give it a little bit of a shot of brown paint from a distance, just to kind of darken it up. Instead of white needles, that way it'll make it look a little more brownish. But I did want to model a tree that is in the process of dying in the woods as a lush green forest. While it looks great, just isn't quite real. So once I get the ground cover done in this area, I can do the ballast on the tracks, and once I get a little bit farther, you know, I'll be able to finish up the ballast. But 9 more trees, taller ones in this area. Some of the shorter ones will be just right in the front here along the tracks. So we'll see how that goes, but that's going to be another day. Well, just a quick pan so you can kind of see how this scene on this module is all coming together. So coming into the area where I've got a lot of the detailing, and then over that way, down to here. This video, I will have trains running. We'll get them going through some of these scenes here. But yeah, I'm liking that. I did just take this pine tree that is sort of dying and gave it a quick spray of some paints. The needles are there, but just kind of darken it up so it doesn't look whitish. Now it looks, it looks deadish, which is what I'm after. All right, on to do some ground cover. Ground cover in and around the trees that I just put in is done. So I've got my forest floor in good shape. Coming in through here, you know, I got all of this done as well. So I'm ready to move on to add more trees in this area back here. Probably can notice I gave the dying tree more of a haircut. make it look even more pathetic than it did before. You know, the top is gone, it's dying back, so that's in good shape. I still have ground cover work to do here, but I will wait until I get the next set of trees in to go in this area and probably in this area here. So we'll see how far the 9 trees go that I still have left. The other 9 trees are in position, and I'll do ground cover underneath those. And then I'm gonna have to make some more. It didn't go quite as far as I had hoped. I had hoped that I would have gotten the top platform done, but I guess if I'd put these 2 right in the foreground and there, it probably would have got it. But you know, I want to kind of continue sort of a build out, go about 4 or 5 inches, and then get the ground cover in, and then add more. But this is nice. You get down at like ground level and look up, you can see through the forest, you can see beyond. You can see the hint of the cabin in the background as you look at the trail. So yeah, still I'm thinking probably another 30 trees before I get this side done. I've got enough trunks built to do about 10, maybe 12 of different sizes, and then I'm gonna have to make some more. But let's see what else I can get done with the ground cover and clean the track and run some trains. So 11 more pine trees that should have finished up today and be ready to put in place once I get the ground cover done. And an empty coffee can. I have finally worked through all of the trunks that I'd built, including the little ones. So time to do a little bit more with that as I continue on this layout. But let's go back over and do some more scenery. Ground cover is added under the trees that I just put in today. I can still see some glue where I've added ground cover in and around these rocks. So once I get that next batch of 9 trees done, I will focus on putting them in here and in here. That will just leave this area for scenery on the layout. So we just still got to make more trees. But what I could also do then is come in and clean up the tracks in and along here. A little vacuum to get all of my scenic materials out, and then I can make up another batch of dirt ballast, and I can get that put in because that's ready to go for right here. So making some good progress on this. Should just have this little bit left as far as for basic scenery by the time I get done with this video. At least I hope so. We'll find out. Those 11 new trees are in. Makes it a nice dark forest in and along this area here. Gotta see how that's gonna look. I've got to come back in and I've still got to do some ground cover, which I can get access in there and get that taken care of. But that does leave then just this spot. And I don't know, maybe 12 to 15 trees will take care of it, because I'm going to have more low bushes here because I still want to keep this area open so we can kind of look at the rock and look up at the still. There'll be more ground cover in this area with a few trees kind of in here and then up here, and probably a couple of more just kind of along, so you still look up and see the stills, but you know, maybe some super tree kind of material in a few spots in between the rock layers there. But yeah, this definitely is a forested layout. So next thing is I will clean the track, and by that vacuum up scenic material from where that spoon is up around the corner to where I ballasted earlier. And I will get the track ballasted, then get it cleaned up, and I'm gonna run some trains take some video from this area here and see how it looks. But yeah, I like this. And I am close to 300 trees on this layout at this point. I've got to kind of do a tally and add these 11 in and see where I'm at. Spent a few minutes this evening sifting more sand from the garden that has been dried out for many months. And I've got it in place. I do not have it glued yet. That will come tomorrow. I'm out of isopropyl alcohol, so I need that to spray it down before I add my dilute white glue. But you can kind of see how this scene really looks now. Once I get the glue in, you know, it will have a slightly different color. The ties will stand out a lot more. You can see the transition right in here from previous to this. Coming up through that little bit of a cut. So yeah, this is going to be fun to watch trains go through it. So tomorrow, get the isopropyl alcohol, get it glued, and maybe by tomorrow evening, everything will have set up enough where, you know, I can get my trains running again through here. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting for all of that, I will probably take some dark chalks and kind of chalk up the top of that tunnel portal just a little bit. Maybe, just maybe, dig out some paint and kind of start thinking how I want to do this still. And then I will also be starting to make more tree trunks, because I'm going to need them on the other end at some point in the future. So I'll run up a batch and at least get that started. But you know, this is all coming together pretty nice here. See a bird's eye view flying over my forest. That's a lot of trees. All right, a little bit more to come on this video before I wrap it up. Ballast is glued. Right now, I'm just going to let everything dry thoroughly before I do anything else. You can see I added some rock just along the base of that little cut. Some other odds and ends of details. I will come back in and add some additional grass in a few areas in and around this scene. As I get a little farther, did add another just dead tree there. Added a broken off tree right in that area. So I'll come back in, add some fallen branches and some other things, as well as a little bit of super tree material. But the next video will show trains running through this scene and up around by the cabin. Well, this last shot's going to do it for this video. The train is running nice. I am going to sit back and suck down a diet soda and just watch it run for a while. So as that car disappears around the bend, I will bid you adieu. Keep having fun on your layouts. Until next time.